Hi guys, this is Zach from Watches on You, and today I'm going to be explaining the difference between two very desirable Rolex timepieces. On my left, I have the Rolex Submariner Kermit, and on my right, I have the Rolex Submariner, just the standard black model. So these two watches, as you can tell, really the only difference is going to be the green bezel on my left. There are some other subtle differences that I'm going to do later, but first let me explain kind of the, origin story of these two watches. So the standard Submariner, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it's Rolex's quintessential dive watch. It's been out for many decades now, and is really the most popular dive watch on the market, arguably the most popular watch on the market. But now I'm going to explain the Kermit. So the Kermit just involved the addition of this green bezel, and it was done for the Submariner's 50th anniversary in 2003. So the first Submariner would have come out in 1953. And it wasn't done in limited production, based on it wasn't a limited edition. However, they did make much less of them. So it was a standard series model up until the ceramics came out, which it was discontinued, and some argue kind of replaced by the Hulk Submariner. But so it's very rare and therefore commands a much higher price, especially since it's not made anymore. So let's go over some of the one of the smaller details that at least I noticed about this. And I'm not sure if it's a difference between the Kermit and the regular, or if maybe they did do some regular ones, except I haven't seen it. But that would be the indexes. So I'm sure you can notice, but the indexes on the Kermit on my left are much more similar to the Maxi dial indexes on the modern, or the newest Submariners, where they're much larger. I'm sure you can see that there. And then also the borders are thinner, so that you can really see it in this triangle at 12 o'clock, how much thinner the white gold borders are on those indexes, or indices. And it just really gives the watch dial actually a very different look. This one, on the regular Submariner, you get more of a minimalist look, versus on the Kermit, you get a little bit less of a minimalist look, a little bit more sporty, kind of pops out a bit more as well. But that's really the only difference I've been able to find on these besides the bezel. I'm not sure though if they did do the standard 16610s with this dial as well. If someone would like to comment that. I haven't been able to find that if they did or not. So yeah, if you do know, please do comment and let me know and the rest of the people watching this video if they did do that. That'd be great. I do know on the Sea Dwellers, on the reference 16600, which was the most modern Sea Dweller before the ceramics, they did have this kind of dial and then switched to the Kermit style of dial. So I'm not sure if that happened same with the regular sub or not. Again, if you do know that, please do put in a comment. But I'll just do a wrist shot of the Kermit, just so you can see it on the wrist. And so this watch is gonna wear identically to the standard Submariner. The case is exactly the same, the bracelet's the same. It's really just gonna be that bezel that you're gonna be getting different. So on the wrist, the 40 millimeter size is going to be fantastic. It is roughly a 12.5 to 13 millimeter thickness. It's kind of hard to find statistics online, as Rolex never published them for these models. But people generally say around 12.5 to 13 millimeters is kind of what they measure. So I have about a 7.25 inch wrist, so take that for reference. And I think that these watches just wear fantastic. There's a reason these are the most popular dive watches. They just really tend to fit and look nice on absolutely everyone. So that's one thing that's great about the sub. The clasp is going to be the standard pressed metal clasp at the time. Not the most high quality clasp, but it definitely does get the job done, and it definitely does stand the test of time, as is shown by not only these, but all the other used Submariners still on the market. And now let's get into price as we were talking about on the market. So the standard 16610s are going to be going for anywhere from $7,500 to just over $8,000 is generally what the hover around, maybe a bit higher into the eights. Whereas the Kermits are much more expensive. You can find them at around 14-ish thousand now. They're very expensive comparatively, and it's really up to you to decide whether that price is justified. And their price has been fluctuating quite rapidly, or really increasing quite rapidly. So if that price is a little outdated, by the time you watch this video, just take note of that. And that's just because of the relative rarity. I mean, these were very rare. Rolex would not, that you couldn't just buy a green bezel for a standard sub like they used to do a long time ago with some of their watches, where you could just buy like a Pepsi bezel if you wanted. You cannot do that with this watch. You have to send it. Rolex is the only one who can decide what to put a green bezel on. So that just really increased the rarity of this, as you couldn't manufacture them yourselves, per se. So there is the Kermit and there's the standard. Let me know again also what you guys think in the comments. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the look of the Kermit or the standard sub? I'd just like to hear your thoughts. Thank you. Oh, I'd like to first of all mention that this Kermit was lent to us by JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There will be a link in the description to their store if you'd like to see the watches they have on sale. This particular model is not on sale. It's actually one of the employees' personal timepieces. However, if you want to see what else is in their collection, just check out that link, and I'd like to extend a thank you for them for lending us this watch for this review. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.